for tuning in to Glorious Vision Television. My name is Tope Oginni, and you are welcome to Life Tips. Life Tips, for those who are just joining us for the first time, is an educative and informative program designed to offer safety advice, information, and to guide viewers in all areas where safety matters are concerned. It is to guide everyone on how to avoid possible dangers, especially in and out of the home. It is to help you to know how you are supposed to react in any emergency situation you may find yourself, to help you to know your safety rights and your responsibilities, and to keep you and your loved ones safe. And we always say, I'm an advocate of safety. So always make safety your priority in everything that you want to do. So on this note, I want to say welcome. On today's episode of Life Tips, we want to discuss another strong topic that I know that you'll be blessed with. And it is titled Safety Tips for Investing in Stocks. Safety tips for investing in stocks. For as many of you that you are looking at how or where to invest your money, you don't want to spend your money anyhow, and probably some people have come to speak to you or talk to you about investing in stocks. But I know that many people don't understand this area of stocks. Many people just know that there's something called dividend. There's something that Now, I'm not saying that it is bad or wrong. I'm not trying to look at that way, but I want us to look at the safety that is in it. If you must invest your money into stocks, what are those safety tips that you need to know? Because I know some people have invested and like full of regrets. Oh, why did I invest in this? Why did I do this? So this program is about teaching you the safety tips that will help you to prevent the unknowns, or like those who are full of regrets. So investing in stocks can be a powerful way to build wealth over time. Yes, it can be it is a very powerful way to build wealth, because when you are relaxed, sometimes you can invest. You don't get to start having your dividends maybe like after a year or 2 years. So you can see it's a wealth that you can build over time. It may not be an immediate. So if you are the type that you are looking for immediate money, you want to invest today and the following month you want to start earning something, stock doesn't work that way. So it's an investment that is built over time. Then, however, the stock market also comes with some risk, especially for those who may not be familiar with its risk. Safety in investing means protecting your capital, making informed decisions. You need to protect your capital because it's going to involve money, and you need to make informed decisions whether you want to do it or not. Then minimizing exposure to unnecessary risk. So now let us look at some of the safety tips that you need to be conscious of. The first thing is you must do your research. Knowledge is key. So what am I saying? Before you invest in any stock, make sure to research the company you want to invest in. Know about the company. Some company, they are just short time. They just want to, like all these MMM too. They are companies and people invested in them. Those people that throw money into that company, we call them investors. They invested in that company, hoping that when they invest 10,000, every month they will be getting 5,000. That was what they sold to them that make them to invest their capital. So what am I saying? You need to investigate the company that you want to put your capital into. Are they sustainable? Are they company that is a long term? When was it established? How long have they gone in that business? What is their profit? Did anybody even know? There are some companies that we don't know about them. They don't exist. They only exist maybe on social media, or I don't know, one way or the other. So you need to know. But there are some companies in this Nigeria or in this world that if you mention them today, even a primary school child will tell you that he or she has heard about that company. And there are some companies that I'm not saying that I'm sure you may be asking that, oh, okay, is she now saying that every company must be known? No, I know that there are some companies that are still struggling to be known or to be in the market space. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just saying that anywhere that you want to invest your money, make sure that you do a research on them so that you not be like MMM, that you invest money and after 2 years that they've collected everybody's money, they just disappear into thin air. No. So that's what I'm saying. So you must ensure that you look into their financials, their management team. Who are the management team? What do you know about them? Those that form the company, who are they? How did they come about? You must know about their business model, in the industry prospect. Do they have profit prospects? Is it a company that make profit every year? Because you are going to be paid according to the profit. When we talk about investments, you are going to be getting your own dividend according to the profit. When they make profit, they send you your own part because you are also an investor in that business. That's how it works. So now, what's our profit prospects like? If you don't know all of that and you go and invest your money to the extent that some people will even go out of their way to go and borrow money, to get loan, to invest into those kind of business, it's risky. So understanding the company's strengths, their weaknesses, and their growth potential. Are they really growing? You should know if the company is growing. We know some people that started with one product. Today, they've added many other products that they are now having like 5 different types of products. Those are the kind of people that you can say, yes, they are making money. Their business is growing. Yes, you can invest. Even the more they grow, the more they will need more capital, more people to come and invest because their business is now expanding and they need that capital, they need that money to grow the more. So you can invest in that kind of business. But how will you do that? Is when you have already made your research and you know all of this about them. So for example, if you are considering investing in a company, you want to research its financial reports, upcoming product releases, the market competition, and every other thing. You must do that. Then the next point is diversify your portfolio. How do I mean it? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. What do I mean? Diversification is one of the most effective ways to manage risk in stock investing. By spreading your investments across sectors, like you want to invest now, let it cut across sectors like we have health sector, we have technology sector, we have the manufacturing sector. So you can decide to do all of that. You cannot invest all your money in only health sector. If it has problems tomorrow, that means all your money will just go like that. I have some investment and I know that I did not just do one. I have about 3, and what I did is not in one company. I have about 3 different companies that I invested my money. So when one of them had problems and they folded up, one of these banks folded up those days, I was not bothered because I still have some left. So can you imagine if all my money were invested in that bank that folded up, what will happen? That means I will have nothing. So what I did was I did 3 different companies. So you too, if you are thinking of investing, I don't know who is talking to you right now that you should come and invest, but I'm begging you, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You can do for tech, you can do for communication, you can do for health sector, you can do for manufacturing sector. You can do it. You can spread your capital that way. Like you are looking at 50,000 that you want to say, and one is saying we are selling our own. The less units that we can sell is 10,000 naira for so amount of units. Our own is, the less units is 15,000. You are looking at 50,000. You can decide to distribute it like that. 15 year, 10 year, 20 year, like that, you know. You are sure that not all of them can have issues at the same time. That one is sure. So that's what I'm saying. So ensure that you don't do all your resources in one basket. So you reduce the impact of a poor performance in one area of the entire portfolio. So if anything happens to the others, you are sure that it cannot happen at the same time. You must definitely be having one or more left. So the next thing is set a budget and stick to it. You must know your limits. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Yes, I remember when I started with the list because as at that time, I was even very young. I was not married. Okay, so it was my dad that did it for us. So it started very small for us. When we saw that the company was growing, he added more. Then when we now grew up, then we now understand this talk of a thing. Then we started buying more. When we see that their company is growing and growing, and we know we still have some of those stocks that he bought, that one of them, like I said, folded, that we didn't even bother again because even from the day one that we bought it, we never received any dividend from them from day one. So assuming, like I said, we have invested everything in one basket, it will just go like that. So set a budget. Set an investment. That's why I said some people will now go and be borrowing money, get loan for a business that you don't understand, that you don't know what will happen tomorrow. It's risky. Many of you that you are doing, I know that you say that life is about risk, but there's some risk that you don't take. There's some risk that you don't say life is about, especially when it comes to bank. Borrowing money from bank, you want to say life is about risk. If you borrow money from bank and you refuse to pay, when they come out for you, you wouldn't like it. You will almost go and commit suicide. So me, I don't see that as risk. If it is okay for you, I'm not discouraging anybody. I'm just trying to teach us to be safe in anything we are doing. That's what this program is all about. So set a budget and still know your limits. Don't go out of your limits. You know your salary, you know your profit, you know what you are earning. So when you are buying all of this, or when you are investing, you should know your limits. You don't go out of your limit, because you are thinking of the dividends. You are thinking of the amount of dividends that have been sold to you. Please, you need to be very, especially when you are starting new, you need to be very, very careful. If you have decided to invest 10,000 in stock, ensure that this amount is money you won't need for living expenses or any emergencies. This will help you to prevent panic selling during market downturns and allow you to focus on long-term loans. The next one is understand your risk tolerance. Be realistic. Everyone has a different level of comfort when it comes to risk. It is essential to evaluate your risk tolerance. What is it? What kind of risk can you tolerate? If you're risk averse, you might prefer more stable blue chip stocks or dividend paying stocks. On the other hand, if you are more comfortable with risk, you might be interested in smaller growth focused companies. It depends on your risk tolerance. You know, I just talked about risk. It depends on you, the one you can tolerate. Me, I know life is about risk, but there are some certain risks that I will not take. And I know that there are some certain risks that some people, no matter what it is, they are ready to take it. They don't care what will happen. We are all different. So know the one that works for you before you do your investment. Avoid timing the market. Focus on long-term growth. Trying to time the market, predicting the time to buy or sell stocks often leads to losses. Yes, this has happened to me. One of my stocks, I wanted to sell it at a point in time, and I called my stockbroker and I spoke with him, and he said, yes, you can go ahead and sell. On a second thought, I discussed it with somebody else, and this person said, oh, it's not good to all these things. It's long-term goal. Don't sell. You see that in the future now, the money will increase again. And if you had sell it, you will not be comfortable. I mean, you will not be happy selling it. And I listened to the person. So I called my stockbroker again. I said, I'm not selling again. Then another time again, I wanted to use money for something. I called him. I said I wanted to sell my stock again. And he said, you can't sell at this point, because the rate, the market stock rate is so low that the money you are going to get. He said if you had sold it then, you would have had a very big money. You can imagine. So what am I saying in essence is that avoid timing. I timed the market, because at that time I would have sold it. But now that I am ready, he said the rate is small and the money I'm going to be getting is going to be very small. So I left it. So it's still there. Now, what am I saying? Focus on long-term growth. So stop predicting the perfect time to buy or sell. When you do this, it will lead to loss. Look at it. I predicted the time to sell that time, and it led to loss for me, because I was supposed to have a good money at that time. So please, it is very, very important. Use stop loss orders. Protect against major losses. A stop loss order is an instruction to sell a stock if it is price drops. Yes, there are times that the price will drop. You can sell at that time. And there are times that the price will go up. You cannot sell or you cannot buy. There are times that when the price drop, you can also sell and you can also buy. So these are some of the things that you need to understand about investing in stock. There are times that the price will drop. You can buy and you can sell. And there are times that the price will go up. You can also sell, but you cannot buy, because you are going to be buying more. So you need to understand all of these things when you are investing in anything. And that's why if you have a good stockbroker, when you want to sell, they will advise you don't sell. The price has dropped. When you want to buy, they will tell you the price is high now. Wait till when the price goes down in the stock market, then you can buy then, or you can sell. They will always advise you. Keep an eye on fees and expenses. Minimize cost. Stock trading comes with transaction fees, management fees for mutual funds, and potential other costs that can eat into your returns. So make sure to understand all fees that are associated with your investment. You need to understand that there are some fees that are associated with whatever investment you are into. So these are some of the things that you need to know. There are times that you will be called for meetings. It is always important for you to attend those meetings. That is where they will tell you the profits that they made, how they share the profit, the ratio that comes to you, and you have opportunity of asking every question. Perhaps if they have been delaying in their dividends, or they have been removing some money, or the dividend you are getting is small compared to, or you notice anything at that meeting, you have opportunity to speak about all those things. Avoid emotional investing. Stay calm during market swings. Emotions can cloud your judgment when the market is volatile. So fear of loss can lead to hasty decisions like selling during a market drop, while greed can push you to take on excess risk. What am I saying? Maintain a calm and rational approach, focusing on your long-term goals. I remember all those songs that my dad bought for me when I was in secondary school. All some of those shares that he bought for me, I know what is bringing in now, as at that time. So focus on the long term. As at the time you bought it, what the dividend may be small, but the more they make profit, the more the business grow and increases, then that's when the profit they are paying you to will be increasing. So you have to focus on the long-term loans. Then regularly review and adjust your portfolio. Stay active but not reactive. It is essential to periodically review your portfolio to ensure it aligns with your goals and risk tolerance, because as companies are evolving, market conditions also change. These are some of the things that you need to. I'm talking to you now so that when you invest, you don't just invest your money and go and sleep and you say, after all, my money is working for me. It doesn't work that way. You have to understand all of these tips that I'm giving you. When you know them, then you'll be able to balance things. You won't feel cheated, or you won't feel that something is wrong, that they are doing something that you are not getting. You'll be in the know-how of all of these things. So if you initially invested in the high growth tech stocks and your risk tolerance has shifted over time, it might make sense to rebalance your portfolio by adding more stable. It will get to a time. This is the reason why you have to be up and doing. You have to understand all of this investment, because there will be times that when they have made a lot of profits, they want to increase their market value. At that point, they will now sell out again all their stock. They will now be inviting people to come and buy more investment. You should put your ear on ground. So if what you bought from them initially was 1,000, now that you know that the business is growing, the company is growing, and they are making more profit, you can decide to buy 2,000, 20,000, 30,000 more. So you have to understand all of this so that you don't just say because you have bought 1,000 and you just, like I said, when I was in secondary, when my dad bought that, maybe it's 1,000 something that we bought it there. But later in life, when the business starts increasing and starting expanding, they called out for more investors, and I added more to what was bought at that time. So you should put your ear on ground. Consult a financial advisor. Seek professional guidance. Yes. If you don't understand anything about investment, it's not anything bad for you to consult a financial advisor. Seek professional guidance. Don't just read on the dailies or hear on television or on social media that some people are selling stock or they need investors, and you just go and invest your money based on that. Please, before you do that, seek financial advice. Seek financial guidance. It is very, very important. These people know too well. They know those companies. They know the companies that are doing well in the market, and they know those that if you invest your money, nothing will come out of it. And I'm sure you are not ready to start dragging any court case with anybody because you invested and they did not give you your dividend. Because the money that you are going to use to make case, in fact, it will not be up to what you want to get from them at the end of the day. So it's better for you, in order to avoid that from happening, before you do any investment, if you are new to investing or unsure about investment strategy, consulting a certified financial advisor can be very, very beneficial. They can help you assess financial situation, set goals, and recommend suitable investment strategies based on your needs. Yes, they will investigate you. They will ask you some questions about your own finances and every other thing. Because I remember when I wanted to buy one, and I saw it in the dailies, and I consulted my financial advisor, and he told me, he said, no, don't go near there, that they are not honest, or they are not honest about their investment, that is a no-go area. And I stopped. And I thank God that I did that. And I remember that later on in life, that company later went down. So I just thank God that I listened to my financial advisor. So please, there are financial advisors around you, you can always talk to them, because they are more knowledgeable about all of these things. It is what they do on a daily basis. They go to the market. You can have a stockbroker who you can always be talking to, because they are always going for the stock trade market. So they know what happens in the stock trade market. They know who is making it. They know whose business is growing. They know who are at the point. They know companies that are at the point of folding up, and they will still come out and say they are looking for investors. You will invest your money and you will not get anything. So please, if you have money and you are looking towards investing that money to acquire wealth over time, please seek professional guidance. This will really help you a lot. A financial advisor can help you understand tax implications, recommend investment options, and develop a strategy tailored to your financial goals and risk tolerance. In conclusion, investing in stocks can be rewarding, but it requires caution, patience, and a thoughtful approach. Following these safety tips, such as diversifying your portfolio, setting realistic goals, and avoiding emotional decision-making, you can reduce your risk and set yourself up for long-term success. Remember, there is no such thing as a sure bet in the stock market. There's nothing like that. But with the right knowledge and strategy, you can make informed decisions that maximize your chances of achieving financial goals. Thank you so much. To this, I've come to the end of today's episode of Life Tips. Thank you, everyone who has joined me in today's episode of Life Tips. Thank you, production crew, for making today's production a great success. Until I come your way again on another exciting episode of Life Tips, I remain your host, Tope Oginni. Don't forget, on Life Tips, we always help you to stay alert so that you don't get hurt. Bye for now.